Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, in this life and the next. Welcome back to the Nerd's Tarot Reading, and this is your host, the Nerd. Uh, we are here as for our usual card reading for the week, so you guys can best uh, prepare and deal with whatever comes your way. And so, getting straight into the cards, we have for tonight the Justice card of the Major Arcana, the Empress, also of the Major Arcana, and the Ten of Wands. Starting off with the Justice card of the Major Arcana. The Justice card tells us that this week's reading is for you guys out there who are still struggling with certain problems and issues. Specifically, issues that have continued from last week's card reading for you guys out there. So basically, if you are returning, this card reading is still for you guys out there who have dealt with last week's card reading. Still going. Your issues are still there. Your problems, you're paralyzed, something like that, with decisions weighing the scales, so to speak. So to speak. Moving on, we have the Empress also of the Major Arcana, which is telling us, guys, or assessing that at present, uh, despite uh, trying to deal with your continued problems, you have made some form of headway. This has resulted in a certain level of personal growth, while externally you have yet to fully deal and solve the problems around you. Internally, you have now grown. You have finally answered last week's question of, are you still the person you were before the situation, or are you not? Have you grown? Have you not? Are you thrive? Do you see yourself thriving in the situation or not, or in a similar situation or not? Do you move on? These questions are now finally answered by you guys, and you have grown. That said, now it's time to deal with the external world around us, not just the ourselves. The advice of the Ten of Wands is that, in relation to the Empress, is that the reason why you guys are still in this situation, this problematic situation, is because despite resolving your or answering your questions about who you are now at the present moment, you are now dealing with the problem of fear of consequences, because you are now deciding whether to not change or to leave or not your situation, or just change it, taking or do something with it, move forward. You're stuck. That's because you're afraid of the consequences of any major decision you will make about the future, about moving towards the future, moving on, moving forward. The advice of the Ten of Wands is that you should not allow yourselves to become paralyzed by fear of consequences. Consequences are unfortunately a thing. They are a reality, a cause and effect. They are the effect of whatever decision that you will make, but you cannot allow that to stop you. You cannot allow the fear of consequences to weigh you down. Now is the time to make a decision and move forward. In lieu of that is that you also need to unburden yourself, deal with whatever consequences come your way. You need strong willpower and bravery to do this. Be brave, be strong. This was the advice of the Ten of Wands, and this was this week's card reading for you guys out there. If you are still dealing with whatever issues you are, we do hope that this week's card reading helps. Good night.